Sun hitting hard, Lord, like a hammer on my head. Air so thick and heavy, Lord, I'd rather stay in bed. Air so thick and heavy, Lord, I'd rather stay in bed. Dogs won't even bark, Lord, they just lay there in the shade. Dogs won't even bark, Lord, they just lay there in the shade. Even the flies stop flying, son. Lord, I got it made. Foreman said keep working, Lord, noon breaks only 10. Foreman said keep working, Lord, noon breaks only 10. 10 minutes in this furnace, Lord, then we're back again. 10 minutes in this furnace, Lord, then we're back again. Men beside me stumbled, Lord, I caught him before he fell. Man beside me stumbled, Lord, I caught him before he fell. Noon in Mississippi summer, Lord, is close to hell. Summer noon blues, Lord, the sun won't quit. Summer noon blues, too hot to move or sit. Even prayer evaporates before it leaves your mouth. Summer noon blues, Lord, I'm burning in the south. Piece of shade, Lord, underneath the China berry tree. Found a piece of shade, Lord, underneath the China berry tree. 2 feet wide and 3 feet long, Lord, just enough for me. 2 feet wide and 3 feet long, Lord, just enough for me. Lay down in that shadow, Lord, like a man who found the Lord. Lay down in that shadow, Lord, like a man who found the Lord. 15 minutes of cool shade, sun, best thing I ever scored. You know what the Delta noon feels like? It feels like the world set down on your chest, and it won't get up. The air is wet, the ground is burning, the sky is turned white. Not blue-white, and every living thing, every dog, every bird, every man is just waiting. Waiting for 3 o'clock, when the sun shifts just 1 degree. You're still alive. Summer noon blues, Lord, please send a cloud. Summer noon blues, the sun is way too proud. 1 cool evening breeze, Lord, just 1 degree. Summer noon blues, Lord, have mercy on me. Too high, Lord, too hot. Got up this morning, loaded corn upon the cart. Got up this morning, loaded corn upon the cart. Thought I'd reach the market right from the start. My old mule pulling, steady as can be. My old mule pulling, steady as can be, till we reach that bridge by the sycamore tree. That mule stopped walking, planted all 4 feet. That mule stopped walking, planted all 4 feet. Wouldn't move an inch down that dusty street. My mule won't cross the bridge, no matter what I say. My mule won't cross the bridge, no matter what I say. He's got his own ideas about the day. I pulled on the reins till my hands got sore. I pulled on the reins till my hands got sore. That stubborn mule just leaned back more. Folks gathered round from the mill and store. Folks gathered round from the mill and store, laughing harder than they did before. One old farmer said, try singing him a song. One old farmer said, try singing him a song. I did my best, but it didn't last long. Then the sheriff rode up and asked what was wrong. Then the sheriff rode up and asked what was wrong. My mule ignored him and carried on. A little boy offered him an apple from a sack. A little boy offered him an apple from a sack. That mule ate the apple and still stepped back. Some folks follow orders, some folks follow money, and some mules just do what they please. Near about sundown, a storm rolled in. Near about sundown, a storm rolled in. The whole crowd left and the bridge got dimmed. Then that mule crossed over calm and slow. Then that mule crossed over calm and slow. After refusing all day long to go. My mule crossed the bridge when he got good and ready. My mule crossed the bridge when he got good and ready. Ain't never met a creature half so steady. Well, lost a whole day's work, gained a whole town's laughter, and that mule never explained himself. Got up this morning for the break of day. Got up this morning for the break of day. Thought I'd draw some water before the heat got in the way. Walked down to the pump with a bucket in my hand. Walked down to the pump bucket in my hand. Everything was peaceful across the land. My old mule standing by the fence, chewing hay. My old mule standing by the fence, chewing hay. Looked harmless enough at the start of the day. Then he kicked that water pump clear off its stand. Then he kicked that water pump clear off its stand. Like he had a personal grievance to demand. That mule kicked the water pump, sent it halfway to town. That mule kicked the water pump, sent it halfway to town. Had folks laughing when the story got around. Water flew upward like a summer rain. Water flew upward like a summer rain. Soaked my overalls from my boots to my brain. The chickens ran screaming every which way. The chickens ran screaming every which way. Thought the world was ending that day. My neighbor crossed the road just to take a look. My neighbor crossed the road just to take a look. Said he'd never seen such foolishness in a book. The mule stood quiet like he hadn't done a thing. The mule stood quiet like he hadn't done a thing. Chewing hay and watching swallows in the spring. A mule won't argue. A mule won't explain. He'll just leave you standing there. Spent all afternoon putting that pump back right. Spent all afternoon putting that pump back right. Didn't finish the job till nearly night. Soon as I got done and wiped my hands clean. Soon as I got done and wiped my hands clean. That mule looked over with a look so mean. That mule kicked the water pump and ruined half my day. That mule kicked the water pump and ruined half my day. But he'll probably do something worse anyway. Well, the pump got fixed, the mule got fed, and tomorrow we'll try this whole thing again. Went down to the river just before the setting sun. Went down to the river just before the setting sun. Thought I'd catch my supper before the day was done. Had a cane pole bucket and a coffee can of bait. Had a cane pole bucket and a coffee can of bait. Figured I'd eat mighty well if I could only wait. Sat there by the water while the current rolled slow. Sat there by the water while the current rolled slow. Watching little ripples where the catfish like to go. Then my line got jumping like a mule stung by a bee. Then my line got jumping like a mule stung by a bee. Biggest fish never thought I'd see. That catfish took my supper, took my bait and line. That catfish took my supper, took my bait and line. Left me standing on the bank, talking to my mind. Pulled so hard my old pole bent in two. Pulled so hard my old pole bent in two. That fish had more fight than a county mule. Splash went the water, then away he ran. Splash went the water, then away he ran. Smarter than the average fish, and twice the man. A little boy nearby laughed till his face turned red. A little boy nearby laughed till his face turned red. Said that fish gonna eat your supper instead. Even the turtle seemed amused somehow. Even the turtle seemed amused somehow. Wish they'd been less friendly right about now. The river gives, the river takes, mostly it takes. I walked home hungry underneath the evening sky. Walked home hungry underneath the evening sky, trying to think of reasons why. My wife asked where the fish had gone. My wife asked where the fish had gone. I said that catfish won and moved along. That catfish took my supper and my fishing pride. That catfish took my supper and my fishing pride. But next Saturday I'll be back riverside. That old catfish still out there somewhere, probably telling stories about the fool he caught. That rooster crowed this morning before the moon was gone. That rooster crowed this morning before the moon was gone. Had me thinking daylight had already come. Put on my overalls, laced up my boots. Put on my overalls, laced up my boots. Stepped outside wondering what was the use. Stars still shining, night still hanging round. Stars still shining, night still hanging around. Not another soul awake in town. Looked at my pocket watch under the lantern light. Looked at my pocket watch under the lantern light. Still near midnight, in the middle of the night. That rooster crowed too early, got me out of bed. That rooster crowed inside my head. Walked to the barn and fed the mule his hay. Walked to the barn and fed the mule his hay. The mule looked confused anyway. The milk cow stared like I'd lost my mind. Milk cow stared like I'd lost my mind. Probably knew something I couldn't find. Sat on the porch waiting for dawn to break. Sat on the porch waiting for dawn to break. Had near 3 hours left to wait. My wife opened the door and shook her head. My wife opened the door and shook her head. Said, boy, you ought to still be in bed. A rooster got one job, and somehow he messed it up. Sun finally showed itself over the hill. Sun finally showed itself over the hill. By then I'd already worked my fill. That rooster strutted round, proud as could be. That rooster strutted round, proud as could be. Like the whole mistake weren't his, you see. That rooster crowed too early, but I guess that's life. That rooster crowed too early, but I guess that's life. Ain't no sense in starting a fight. Tomorrow morning, I'll trust my pocket watch, not that rooster. At least that's the plan. Rolled into your town, Lord, on a Thursday afternoon. Rolled into your town, Lord, on a Thursday afternoon. Snake oil man is coming, Lord, be feeling better soon. Snake oil man is coming, Lord, be feeling better soon. Got a bottle for your back, Lord, a bottle for your knees. Got a bottle for your back, Lord, a bottle for your knees. Whatever ails you, friend, I got the remedy for free. Step right up now, people, Lord, don't be standing back. Step right up now, people, Lord, don't be standing back. Dr. Beaumont's miracle, Lord, right here in this pack. Dr. Beaumont's miracle, Lord, right here in this pack. Cousin Lula's rheumatism, Lord, cured in just 1 week. Cousin Lula's rheumatism, Lord, cured in just 1 week. 35 cents a bottle, son, best bargain, so to speak. Snake oil man, come to ease your pain. Snake oil man, be back through again. May not cure what ails you, but Lord, you'll feel just fine. Snake oil man, guaranteed, or I'll refund your dime. Whoop. towns. Sheriff ran me outlawed of the last 3 towns. People got to asking, Lord, when the feeling wore down. People got to asking, Lord, when the feeling wore down. But I'm back in business, Lord, with a different name. But I'm back in business, Lord, with a different name. Professor Morrison's elixir, son, it's all the same. You want to know the truth? My bottles are mostly alcohol and water, and a little molasses for color. But here's what I also know. When I roll into a town, people laugh, people gather, people talk to each other. They feel something, and that's something. Whether it's the bottle or the show, makes their back hurt a little less, makes the week feel shorter. Is that a lie? Or is that the blues? Snake old man, Lord, I'm moving on. Snake old man, be in Clarksdale before dawn. Take your bottle home, believe what you believe. Snake old man, Lord, I got tricks up my sleeve. Step right up, Lord, get your miracle here. Next town. Every morning 7 sharp, Lord, I'm on my rounds. Every morning 7 sharp, Lord, I'm on my rounds. 27 stops before the noon comes down. 27 stops, Lord, before the noon comes down. Miss Ruby plays the 411 every single week. Miss Ruby plays the 411, Lord, every single week. Old man Jones plays the triple since last week's streak. Numbers man knows everybody, Lord, by their dream. Numbers man knows everybody, Lord, by their dream. Carry $20 hope for 50 cents a scheme. Carry $20 hope, Lord, for 50 cents a scheme. Preacher gives me his slip, Lord, when the deacon ain't in sight. Preacher gives me his slip, Lord, when the deacon ain't in sight. Even the lawman's wife's son plays the numbers every night. Numbers man, running slip to slip. Numbers man, keep a steady grip. Poor man's lottery, 25 cents a dream. Numbers man, Lord, nothing's what it seems, yeah. Way too soon. Whole block celebrating, Lord, went crazy way too soon. Had to pay out $40, Lord, from my own back. Had to pay out $40, Lord, from my own back. numbers banker disappeared, son. Lord, he had a knack. People ask me, is the numbers game honest? I say, is anything? At least with me. You know the odds. 25 cents. A chance to change your life. The bank charges you more than that, just to look at your money. And the bank never gives anybody their dream number. At least once in a while, I do. Numbers, man, I know your lucky day. Numbers, man, Lord, I'm heading your way. Play your number, son, maybe today it hits. Numbers, man, Lord, everybody needs their wish. 479, Lord, play your number. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. First light coming slow, Lord, over the eastern hill. First light coming slow, Lord, over the eastern hill. The world been dark so long, Lord, now the darkness starts to steal. The world been dark so long, Lord, now the darkness starts to steal. Birds don't know my troubles, Lord, they just wake and sing. Birds don't know my troubles, Lord, they just wake and sing. First light on the river, sun, Lord, what a morning brings. Sat up on my porch, Lord, watching darkness turn to gray. Sat up on my porch, Lord, watching darkness turn to gray. Gray to pink to golden, Lord, and it's a brand new day. Gray to pink to golden, Lord, and it's a brand new day. Yesterday was heavy, Lord, but yesterday is done. Yesterday was heavy, Lord, but yesterday is done. Trouble looks a little smaller, son, in the morning sun. First light blues, gentle on my face. First light blues, Lord, this is a grace. Every dawn that finds me still here breathing free. First light blues, Lord, that's enough for me. Tobacco road and chain gang, Lord, the flood and all the rest. Tobacco road and chain gang, Lord, the flood and all the rest. Every road I've traveled, Lord, I gave it my best. Every road I've traveled, Lord, I gave it my best. Now the morning's calling, Lord, like it's calling just to me. Now the morning's calling, Lord, like it's calling just to me. First light on the Delta sun, Lord, finally free. You know what I've learned after all these songs, after all these roads and all these losses and all these dawns that I wasn't sure I was gonna see. Every morning is a gift, not a promise, a gift. The blues taught me that, because the blues is the music of people who know the darkness well enough to truly appreciate the light. And right now, standing here, watching this delta sun come up over the Mississippi, turning everything gold. I understand every song I ever sang. Every one of them was practice for this morning, for this light, right here, right now. First light blue, Lord, I made it through the night. First light blue, Lord, thank you for the light. Every scar I carry, every song I've sung. First light blues, Lord, I'm glad I'm not yet done. First light blues, first light. Thank you for the morning. Born on the back road, Lord, in a two-room shack. Born on the back road, Lord, in a two-room shack. Yellow fingers from the leaf, Lord, in a crooked back. Yellow fingers from the leaf, Lord, in a crooked back. Sun up to sundown, them sticky roads. Sun up to sundown, Lord, and them sticky roads. Tobacco road raised me, son, and the tobacco road showed. Company store got my wages, Lord, before I see a dime. Company store got my wages, Lord, before I see a dime. Been working 30 years, Lord, still behind every time. Been working 30 years, Lord, still behind every time. Curing bond burns all night, Lord, and I got to tend the fire. Curing bond burns all night, Lord, and I got to tend the fire. Sleep 3 hours if I'm lucky, son, then back in the briar. Tobacco road blues, sticky yellow and brown. Tobacco road blues, can't leave this old town. Born into the leaf, Lord, I die in the leaf. Tobacco road blues, Lord, won't you give me some relief? Boy came home from school, Lord, with his books in hand. My boy came home from school, Lord, with his books in hand. I said, son, tomorrow you're working on the land. I said, son, tomorrow, Lord, you're working on the land. Saw his face fall slow, Lord, like a leaf in the fall. Saw his face fall slow, Lord, like a leaf in the fall. Hated what I had to do, son, but I had to do it all. Tobacco Road. They named the whole road after the crop, not after the people who worked it, not after the families who bled on it, not after the children who grew up bent and brown and tired on it. Just the tobacco, because the tobacco was what mattered. We were just the hands that picked it, and the hands don't get a road named after them. Tobacco Road Blues, Lord, I know this road too well. Tobacco Road Blues got a story I could tell. One day my boy will walk off this road free. Tobacco Road Blues, Lord, that day I gotta see. Tobacco Road Blues. Tobacco Road, Lord, sticky and long. Still on it. From sunup to the dark, laying railroad iron, Lord, from sunup to the dark. Every spike we drive, son, puts another on the mark. Every spike we drive, Lord, puts another on the mark. 40 men with hammers, Lord, all singing in the heat. 40 men with hammers, Lord, all singing in the heat. Only way to bear it, son, keep the rhythm on your feet. Drive it down, drive it down. Railroad iron, drive it down. Lord have mercy, drive it down. Boss man on his horse, Lord, counting every time. Boss man on his horse, Lord, counting every time. We do the work, son, and it takes the lions by. We do the work, Lord, and he takes the lions by. Railroad getting rich, Lord, on our bleeding hands. Railroad getting rich, Lord, on our bleeding hands. Can't ride first class, son, on the tracks we plan. Railroad iron blues, hammer falling down. Railroad iron blues, miles from any town. Driving spikes for wages, won't ever see the ride. Railroad iron blues, Lord, the iron hurts my pride. Beside me, Lord, in the August heat. Man went down beside me, Lord, in the August heat. Hammer still in his hand, Lord, falling at my feet. Hammer still in his hand, Lord, falling at my feet. Carried him to the shade, Lord, laid him on the ground. Carried him to the shade, Lord, laid him on the ground. Boss said, back to work, boys, Lord, without a sound. John Henry drove steel till his heart gave out. They say he beat the machine, maybe he did. But here I am, 30 years later, driving the same iron for the same nothing. And there's no song about me, just another set of hands the railroad used up and set aside. But I'm still here, still driving. And if John Henry can be a legend, then every man who ever swung this hammer deserves to be remembered too. Railroad iron blues, Lord, I drive it true. Railroad iron blues, this hammer's all I knew. Built 10,000 miles of track across this land. Railroad iron blues, Lord, remember these hands. Last spike, Lord, last spike of the day. Down, down. Bought a brand new shirt from Parker's General Store. Bought a brand new shirt from Parker's General Store. Best one I ever had, maybe best one ever wore. White as a cotton bloom, hanging on the line. White as a cotton bloom, hanging on the line. Cost me near 2 weeks, saving every dime. Hung it out Saturday where the breeze blew free. Hung it out Saturday where the breeze blew free. Thought it looked mighty fine come Sunday, don't you see? Woke up next morning, stepped out in the yard. Woke up next morning, stepped out in the yard. Saw something happening that hit me mighty hard. That gold ate my Sunday shirt, chewed it clean in two. That goat ate my Sunday shirt, chewed it clean in two. Left me standing there not knowing what to do. One sleeve in the grass, one button by the fence. One sleeve in the grass, one button by the fence. That goat showed no regret, not a lick of sense. He looked me in the eye and kept right on chewing. He looked me in the eye and kept right on chewing. Like destroying fine clothes was his life pursuing. My neighbor laughed so hard he spilled his coffee cup. My neighbor laughed so hard he spilled his coffee cup. Said that goat's been studying shirts and eating up. The preacher came by on his Sunday round. The preacher came by on his Sunday round. Asked me why I look so down. Some folks lose money, some folks lose land. I lost a shirt. Had to wear my work clothes straight to church that day. Had to wear my work clothes straight to church that day. Everybody smiled but didn't know what to say. That goat stood outside beneath the oak tree shade. That goat stood outside beneath the oak tree shade. Proudest creature the good Lord ever made. That goat ate my Sunday shirt and never felt ashamed. That goat ate my Sunday shirt and never felt ashamed. Around this town he'll always be remembered by name. Well, I bought another shirt. The goat's still here, and we're both watching each other now.
Well, a man spends enough years on this earth, he learns some lessons, usually the hard way. Friday evening, rain tapping on the window pane. Friday evening, rain tapping on the window pane. Made me think about things I can't explain. Walk down to the tavern at the edge of town. Walk down to the tavern at the edge of town, looking for a place to set my troubles down. The woman and the whiskey both can change a man. The woman and the whiskey both can change a man. One steals your heart, the other helps you understand. She was sitting by herself beneath the lantern glow. She was sitting by herself beneath the lantern glow. Where she came from, I didn't know. We talked about the weather and the river nearby. We talked about the weather and the river nearby. Neither one of us asked the reason why. The woman and the whiskey stayed with me that night. The woman and the whiskey stayed with me that night. Made an old hard week feel a little lighter somehow. The piano kept playing while the hours slipped away. The piano kept playing while the hours slipped away. Neither one of us had much to say. Outside, the moon hung over the railroad line. Outside, the moon hung over the railroad line. And for the first time in months, I felt fine. Sometimes a man ain't looking for forever. Sometimes he's just looking for a smile, a good conversation, and a reason to stay a while. When closing time arrived, she put on her coat. When closing time arrived, she put on her coat and left me with a memory worth keeping. and ordered one last drink before the night. The woman and the whiskey still cross my mind today. The woman and the whiskey still cross my mind today. Some things leave quietly, but never fade away. The tavern's gone dark, the bottle's nearly empty, but some memories stay right where they belong. Lord, hear that wagon roll. Iceman coming, Lord, hear that wagon roll. 50 pounds of cool, Lord, for your body and your soul. 50 pounds of cool, Lord, for your body and your soul. Children running, screaming, Lord, the whole block knows my name. Children running, screaming, Lord, the whole block knows my name. Iceman coming through, son, Lord, the heat will never be the same. Miss Johnson on the porch, Lord, in her summer dress. Miss Johnson on the porch, Lord, in her summer dress. Said, Iceman, come on in, Lord, I need your best. Said, Iceman, come on in, Lord, I need your very best. Carry that block inside, Lord, set it in the box. Carry that block inside, Lord, set it in the box. She said, Iceman, thank you, honey. Lord, you really hit the spot. Iceman coming on a hot July day. Iceman coming, Lord, to cool your blues away. Everybody needs something cold and clear. Iceman cometh, Lord, I'm glad to be here. By the time I finish, Lord, the wagon's running low. By the time I finish, Lord, the wagon's running low. 27 stops in July, Lord, and the ice starts to go. 27 stops in July, Lord, and the ice starts to go. Last block on the wagon, Lord, goes to Mrs. Brown. Last block on the wagon, Lord, goes to old Mrs. Brown. She waits every Wednesday, coolest woman in this town. You know what I figured out? After 15 years of delivering ice in July in Mississippi, I am the most important man in any neighborhood I walk into. Not the doctor, not the preacher, not the mayor, the Iceman. Because a doctor can wait till tomorrow, A preacher can't wait till Sunday. But 105 degrees, Lord, that can't wait for nobody. And when I walk through that door with that block on my shoulder, dripping cold water on that floor, everybody smiles. Best feeling in the world, better than any blues song. Lord, I'll be back next week. Got that cool you seek. Some can't beat me, long as ice is cold. Iceman coming, Lord, this never gets old. Iceman's coming, Lord, stay cool now. See you next week. See you next week. Winter draws some water just about sunrise. Winter draws some water just about sunrise. Pulled that old handle and got a big surprise. The well ran dry this morning, not a drop to be found. That well ran dry this morning, not a drop to be found. Just a squeaking old echo coming from the ground. Told my wife the bad news while she stirred the pot. Told my wife the bad news while she stirred the pot. She said, that old well ain't giving what it got. Neighbor came over with a bucket in his hand. Neighbor came over with a bucket in his hand. Said, looks like trouble spreading across the land. That well ran dry this morning, got the whole place still. That well ran dry this morning, got the whole place still. Can't make coffee and can't fill the mill. The mule stood thirsty by the fence all day. The mule stood thirsty by the fence all day, looking at me like I caused it that way. The chickens walked around without much to say. The chickens walked around without much to say. Even they seemed bothered by the day. Got a shovel and started digging down. Got a shovel and started digging down. Sweat rolled faster than a river through town. Old man caught a stop and scratched his chin. Old man caught a stop and scratched his chin. Said, I've seen dry wells before, son. Sometimes the rain comes, sometimes it don't. A man keeps digging anyway. sundown, I heard a little splash below. Near sundown, I heard a little splash below. Sweetest sound a working man can know. Filled one bucket and then another two. Filled one bucket and then another two. Felt like I'd struck gold instead of water blue. That well ran dry this morning, but it came around by night. That well ran dry this morning, but it came around by night. Sometimes things work out if you hold on tight. Water's back, coffee's brewing, and tomorrow nobody talk about it no more. Got a beehive sitting right behind the barn. Got a beehive sitting right behind the barn. Been there so long, it don't do nobody harm. Every spring them bees come humming through the air. Every spring them bees come humming through the air. Busy little workers flying everywhere. Old man Johnson said the honey ought to be sweet. Old man Johnson said the honey ought to be sweet. Best in the county and hard to beat. So I grabbed a bucket and I made a little plan. So I grabbed a bucket and I made a little plan. Thought I'd get that honey like a smarter man. That beehive behind the barn had another idea. That beehive behind the barn had another idea. Those bees made their opinion mighty clear. First one got my shoulder, second got my ear. First one got my shoulder, second got my ear. Third one made me wish I weren't nowhere near. I took off running through the garden patch. I took off running through the garden patch. Dropped my hat, nearly lost my catch. The chickens got excited and the mule looked surprised. The chickens got excited and the mule looked surprised. Looked like they enjoyed the whole exercise. My neighbor laughed so hard he nearly fell down. My neighbor laughed so hard he nearly fell down. Said it was the finest show in town. Some lessons come easy and some lessons sting. A week went by and the swelling went away. A week went by and the swelling went away. But folks still talk about it to this day. Now I leave them bees exactly where they stay. Now I leave them bees exactly where they stay. And by my honey at the store these days. That beehive behind the barn taught me all I need. That beehive behind the barn taught me all I need. Sometimes a man's best plan ain't much indeed. Well, the bees kept their honey, I kept my distance, and everybody learned something, except maybe me.
Third night in October, Lord, I slipped beneath the wire. Third night in October, Lord, I slipped beneath the wire. Heard the guard dog barking, Lord, I ran through mud and briar. Heard the guard dog barking, Lord, I ran through mud and briar. East side of the swamp, Lord, where the water hides a man. East side of the swamp, Lord, where the water hides a man. Ran till my legs gave out, son, then I rose and ran again. The land was coming through the trees, Lord, maybe 20 strong. Land was coming through the trees, Lord, maybe 20 strong. Laid down in the creek bed, Lord, let the cold water carry me along. Laid down in the creek bed, Lord, let the cold water carry me along. Dogs lost my scent, Lord, in the running stream. Dogs lost my scent, Lord, in the running stream. Heard them boys curse the darkness, Lord, it was the sweetest thing. Yeah, jailbreak blues running through the night. Jailbreak blues, Lord, I'm heading for the light. Chains behind me, open road ahead. Jailbreak blues, Lord, I'd rather run than stay in bed. Hit the state line Tuesday, Lord, just before the dawn. Hit the state line Tuesday, Lord, just before the dawn. Look back at the darkness, Lord, and I kept on going. Look back at the darkness, Lord, and I kept on going. Farmer gave me breakfast, Lord, didn't ask my name. Farmer gave me breakfast, Lord, didn't ask my name. Said, son, keep on moving and don't look back the same. You wanna know something funny? When I was running through that swamp, water up to my neck, dogs howling, deputies shouting, I was singing. In my head I was singing, not a prayer, not a hymn, the blues, an old song my daddy used to play. Because when a man is that scared, that alive, the only thing that comes out is the blues. And when I hit that state line, I laughed so hard, Lord, I cried. Jailbreak blues, Lord, I made it through. Jailbreak blues, starting life Oh, Jack and me been working, Lord, since 47 spring. Oh, Jack and me been working, Lord, since 47 spring. That mule knew every furrow, Lord knew everything. That mule knew every furrow, Lord knew everything. Pull up to the rowing, Lord, he'd stop without a word. Pull up to the rowing, Lord, he'd stop without a word. Smartest working partner, son, I ever seen or heard. Fed him before myself, Lord, every single dawn. Fed him before myself, Lord, every single dawn. Couldn't work without him, Lord, the field would carry on. Couldn't work without him, Lord, the field would carry on. Talk to him while plowing, Lord, like he talked back to me. Talk to him while plowing, Lord, like he talked back to me. Ears turning slow and listening, son. Best company I'd see. Work, mule blues, Jack and me and the road. Work, mule blues, Lord, nowhere else to go. Two old tired workers under the same hot sun. Work, mule blues, Lord, when the day is done. Found him in the morning, Lord, laid down in the stall. Found him in the morning, Lord, laid down in the stall. 17 years of working, Lord, and that was all. 17 years of working, Lord, and that was all. Sat down beside him, Lord, till the sun went high. Sat down beside him, Lord, till the sun went high. Couldn't plow that week, son, Lord, I won't say why. People laughed at me for mourning a mule, but here's what they didn't know. Jack never once in 17 years gave me a bad day, never cheated, never lied, never left me in the middle of a road, never showed up sick and blamed me, never took more than his share. People I've known my whole life couldn't say half that. Jack was the best partner I ever had. 2 legs or 4. Work, mule blues, Lord, old Jack is gone. Work, mule blues, how do I carry on? Got a new mule Tuesday, good enough I suppose. Work, mule blues, but it ain't the same, Lord knows. Easy, Jack, Lord, easy now. Good mule. Good mule. A wagon rolled into town on a Wednesday afternoon. A wagon rolled into town on a Wednesday afternoon. Painted bright as Sunday and twice as loud as June.
A tall man jumped down wearing a black felt hat. A tall man jumped down wearing a black felt hat. Started telling everybody this and that. Said he had a bottle could fix your aching knees. Said he had a bottle could fix your aching knees. Make you run like a rabbit and climb trees. Folks gather round underneath the shade. Folks gather round underneath the shade, listening to every claim he made. That traveling medicine man sure knew how to talk. That traveling medicine man sure knew how to talk. Could sell rain to a fisherman and shoes to a hawk. Said his tonic cured headaches, coughs, and pain. Said his tonic cured headaches, coughs, and pain. Might even help your crops grow in the rain. Old Miss Carter bought herself a bottle that day. Old Miss Carter bought herself a bottle that day. Swore she felt younger right away. The barber bought two and the preacher bought one. The barber bought two and the preacher bought one. By supper time half the town had done. Then young Billy asked what was inside. Then young Billy asked what was inside. The medicine man just smiled and replied, secret ingredients, secret promises, secret profits. Next morning the wagon rolled out of sight. Next morning the wagon rolled out of sight. Headed for another town by first daylight. Nobody knew if the tonic worked at all. Nobody knew if the tonic worked at all. But folks sure enjoyed the show, that's what they recall. That traveling medicine man came and went away. That traveling medicine man came and went away. But folks kept telling stories for many a day. Some sold medicine, some sold dreams. Sometimes folks couldn't tell the difference. Some things don't stay long. Money, good whiskey, and sometimes love. Monday morning found me swinging that old steel.
Every morning found me swinging that old steel, trying to earn enough for a decent meal. Six long days beneath that hot southern sun. 6 long days beneath that hot southern sun, counting every hour till the weekend comes. Whiskey, wages, and you, that's all that's on my mind. Whiskey, wages, and you, that's all that's on my mind. One slips through my fingers, two are hard to find. Friday evening finally rolled around. Friday evening finally rolled around. The whole little river town came alive with sound. I saw you standing near the jukebox wall. I saw you standing near the jukebox wall. And for a little while my troubles seemed small. Whiskey, wages, and you made the whole room shine. Whiskey, wages, and you made the whole room shine. Like a lantern burning on a dark back road at night. Bought a round of drinks and we laughed a while. Bought a round of drinks and we laughed a while. Lord, I'd nearly forgotten how it felt to smile. Outside the moon was rising over the trees. Outside the moon was rising over the trees. And a soft night wind was drifting through the leaves. A man can work all week for a pocket full of dollars, but sometimes one smile is worth more than all of them. The tavern started closing, chairs up on the floor. The tavern started closing, chairs up on the floor. Neither one of us was ready for the door. We walked beside the river where the water rolled slow. We walked beside the river where the water rolled slow, talking about places we both hope to go. Whiskey, wages, and you, that's enough for me. Whiskey, wages, and you, that's enough for me. A little honest living and a little company. Tomorrow's got its worries, the boss man's got his whistle, but tonight the river sounds just fine. Turner store. Bought me a hat down at Turner store. Finest hat I reckon I ever wore. Cost $2.25 more. Cost $2.25 more. Near enough money to make a poor man sore. Wore it to the market on a Saturday noon. Wore it to the market on a Saturday noon, thinking I looked mighty fine too soon. Then a hard wind came from the western side. Then a hard wind came from the western side. Caught that hat and took it for a ride. The wind took my hat, didn't leave a trace. The wind took my hat, didn't leave a trace. Made a fool of me all over the place. It rolled past Johnson's Mule in Parker's Gate. It rolled past Johnson's Mule in Parker's Gate, moving so fast I couldn't calculate. Children pointed fingers and started to cheer. Children pointed fingers and started to cheer, like the biggest race they'd seen all year. I chased that hat through a cabbage row. I chased that hat through a cabbage row, over a fence and down below. Miss Annie laughed till she near fell down. Miss Annie laughed till she near fell down. Said she'd never seen such a sight in town. Some men chase money, some men chase dreams. I spent all afternoon chasing a hat. River bend, finally caught it by the river bend. Thought my troubles had reached their end. Picked it up and turned it around. Picked it up and turned it around. The mule had stepped on it and flattened it down. The wind took my hat, then the mule finished the job. The wind took my hat, then the mule finished the job. Ain't that just my luck, by golly, and by gosh. Well, the wind got tired, the mule got lucky, and I reckon I'll keep wearing the hat anyway.